Salesforce Development Lesson 8. Today we will be working on the reservation custom object. And if you can see where we are on the development steps, we're still at creating the custom objects and fields, but this should be the last lesson in this step, and then we're going to move on to the tabs. Okay, so the next, before we get started, just going to show you reservation. There's going to be two custom objects we're building, the reservation and the reservation items, because this is the detail portion of the master detail relationship. Okay, so with that, again, I'm going to move this off screen so I can view it as we build it. And let's get started. All right, so we go to the object manager. This is a new object, so we have to go ahead and create the custom object. The name of the object is going to be reservation, and the plural will be reservations. Flight. All right, again, for the reservation name, we're just going to make this an auto number. We'll do something like this for the format. So it'll auto number this, and we're starting at 1. Again, we're going to allow reports, and we're going to allow a search for those there. All right, so I'll go ahead and save that, and this should bring us over to our fields once it's done saving. Okay, next thing we want to do is we want to hit new, and the next piece of this is adding our different so we'll go ahead and add these different fields. So we'll do a date field, so we want to put date of purchase. Help text. It's going to be the same thing here, so I'm just going to copy and paste this. Is this required? We're going to say yes. We're going to do a formula though, because what we're going to do is there's a formula that will just give us today's date. I'll return the current date. So by default, it will put the current date in. You'll still be able to overwrite it, but at least it'll be the current date. So we'll do that, and we'll do next, and then we'll do save new. The other thing is we also have things like payment information. So I imagine for the payment information, I'm just going to put what type of payment. So this will be a picklist field, like a payment type. And we'll say payment type. And we'll just put things like credit card, debit card, cash, check. Payment types. Again, we'll make this required. We'll default it to the first value, which is credit card, so that should be fine. All right, so we'll do that for payments, then move along. All right, and then the next one we're going to do is we want to do a link back to the customer. That's paying for this, so this will be a lookup relationship to the customer. And again, it's going to be the account, but the field name is going to be customer. Customer lookup to account. We'll do that. This is going to be required because we want to have definitely have a customer there. Next, 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 save new. All right. The other thing we have to choose is we want to make sure we choose the correct flight. No, actually, there are going to be different flights on here. So the flight for this reservation, because you might have two flights on a reservation, an outbound and an inbound flight. So the flight should actually be on the reservation item, the individual items on the reservation. So we won't do that, but we're still going to need like the order subtotal, order tax, and order total. But these will actually be based, I'm going to hold off on those. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this right now. I'm going to hold off on those remaining ones because I really need to do the reservation items next so that we can calculate the other fields. So I'm going to go back to Object Manager and create the reservation item. I'll do that. Yeah, the name will do that, and then we'll make this RSV item dash 000. Oh, sorry, list to 0. Starting with 1, allow reports, allow search, save, and we're good. Right, so this should bring us back to the reservation item screen. And now we want to put a bunch of stuff in. So one is the flight. So we'll say new. This is going to be a lookup relationship to the flight. We have a flight there. Click. Actually, I don't even think, do we need the flight? We actually probably, do we need what flight it's on? Or do we just need the flight seat? That's my dilemma. So if we had the flight seat, we'll know what the flight is. But it'd be nice for them to pick the flight so then you can just list out the seats. I'm going to have the flight and the flight seat for now. I'll keep both. So flight, the flight being reserved. Okay, so this is required because we need the flight there. That's fine. No filter there. Next, next, next. And now we're going to do a save new. So now we have the flight, but we'll also need another lookup for the flight seat because we need both. So now we have flight, flight seat. Next, flight seat description, the flight seat of the reservation. All right, and this is also going to be required before they can save it, and that's good. And then we'll save and new here. right, now the next thing is we're going to want to do is we want to put things like the price and maybe a field for a discount if you want to allow a discount amount. So the price should be actually based on the flight seat. So this should be actually a formula field, and this is going to be the price, and it's going to be currency, so we'll leave that there. Next, and now we want to go ahead and we're in the advanced formula here, and we want to insert on the reservation item, we want the flight seat, and from the flight seat there should be a seat price. So the flight seat's going to have the seat price of the flight, which is good. So now we can do next here. Next, and save new, because we also are going to want to have a discount, maybe a discount that we can put on there. So the discount, we'll probably do it in a percentage, so it's probably going to be a percent here. All right, so we do next. So we're going to do a discount. This is going to be 16 by 2. How are we going to do the discount? Yeah, we'll do that for now. The discount on the price. The discount on the price. It's not required. And we'll leave that at that. All right, so now that we have the discount, one more thing I want to do is I want to do a total. So I'll go ahead and do a save new. The final one is I want to do a total. This is also going to be a formula because it's going to go ahead and is it? Yeah, let's do total. We'll do total there, and then now it's going to be currency, and this one is going to be interesting because what we need to do is we need to take the price on the reservation item, and then we're going to multiply it by the discount. It's going to be percentage. And then we're going to add it. Oh, then we're going to subtract that from the price. So what we need to do is we need to do price again minus the discount. Should be something like that. I'll check my syntax. That looks good. So I'm going to take the price plus the discount. Now, I guess the thing is, if the discount is 0 or blank, yeah, that's okay, because then this should be 0. I think we're okay there. We'll have to test that out and see what ends up happening when we actually create these records. All right, so we did that. We did that. So we'll go through all these. We'll, I think that's the last one, so we'll hit save. Or is it? Well, let's go back and see what we have here. Oh, the one thing we didn't do is we had the flight, but I didn't link it back to the reservation. So there is one more field I have to create, and that is the master detail relationship field. And this field goes back to the reservation. reservation and this item belongs to. All right, we have that. Let's see, everything else is okay. Next, next, next. Save and new, or are we going to save? I'm going to go ahead and save. All right, so I think this is all complete. We have our master detail relationship now with flight and flight seat. So now what we really need to do is we need to go back to the reservation and kind of finish this out, because we want to put our subtotal, our tax, and our total price. So subtotal is going to be if we scroll down here, it's going to be a roll-up summary field. And this is going to be subtotal. Subtotal from reservation item price. Was it price? I think it was total. Because I have to add up all the totals here. So now I need reservation item. And then this is, I need to sum those items up. And the only one to aggregate is the discount. Why is the discount the only one on there? Because I figure, yeah, something's wrong here, because now I can't, it's only picking up the discount. And it might have to do with, you have to go back here and take a look at my total here. Yeah, see, because it's a formula on the currency and the price. Oh, I think it has to do with, yeah, I think the problem with the price is, yeah, I'm calculating it from the flight seat, but I think that causes problem because there's multiple layers. So when you have multiple layers like that, it won't pick it up. So I'm gonna have to figure something out later with this. So let me think about that. But at least we have most of these done here. I will have to go back to reservation and fix this up. But in the meantime, the nice thing is now we can go back to our schema builder, and we have at least most of the issues. Let's go to reservation and reservation item. So let's say we have our flight airport. Yeah, let's go down here now. And this makes sense because now we have our plane seat. And again, this, you can see what's related to the flight seat. And now you have your reservation item and reservation items here. Okay. And I think that's it for today. Oh, before I finish, I think last time I did not go back to my Visual Studio Code and run the SF command. So if you remember, our SF command was SF project retrieve preview, just to see what we're previewing here. All right, so, oh gee, one of the problems here, I want to delete this, kill this terminal. There we go. Okay, so you can see everything that when I retrieve it, it's going to pull in all this information. So right now, if you look at my objects in my in my subfolder, it hasn't brought in the reservation item object. So that's what I need to do next. So now what I can do is I can go here and type in, we did a retrieve preview. Now the retrieve start will pull in that data. So it's going ahead and doing its thing, and now you can see the reservation configurations have been pulled into our project. Okay, just want to do that to kind of close the gap there. All right, so in return, I think what I'll do is I'll resolve the calculations on the total for the reservation items. I'll show you how to do that. And then after that, we'll move on, and we'll also cover tabs, all right, in lesson 9. Well, thank you for joining me today. Really appreciate it. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel so that others will know about it. And thank you.